We got Chris Todd, investigative producer, author. Thank you for coming today, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you because you've done some remarkable investigative work on everything from the JonBenet Ramsey case, Natalie Wood, Aaron Hernandez, the Zodiac. But today we're going to discuss O.J. Simpson. We're going to discuss the mafia connection O.J. Simpson had.
Hey Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity ScandaLust. So that is a video clip of Chris Todd talking about a book that he wrote about O.J. Simpson and his involvement in the Nicole Simpson. You know, y'all all know that history there, right? So he wrote a book about that maybe a few years ago, and he's been going on a media tour talking about his book. And so that is the gentleman who has just published the book about Kim Porter, Kim's Lost Words, right? So I'm getting the book on Monday. I can't wait to read it. I'm just curious like anybody else. But I'm cybersecurity and I was a litigation secretary previously. So the one thing that we always want to do is you just never believe things. You need fact-based information. And there's no way that we can authenticate that this is really something that Kim Porter wrote or her diary, right? So I kind of wanted to go down and do a little investigative research myself to see if it could be feasible. Could this be a real, could this be Kim's diary, right? So there are a couple things that make me think could be. Now, I don't know. Number one, he is a Los Angeles-based investigative reporter and I guess quasi-detective. So he's done cases like this over the last decade or so. This is in the first book he's published. Like I said, he did some research and published a book about O.J. Simpson. Additionally, because he's in Los Angeles, I feel that he has some connections. Probably he's Orange County. He probably is known in that inner circle for doing celebrity cases. When I was reading about his history, he's done celebrity cold cases. So he may be known in the Los Angeles inner circle, reporting on cases like this. So maybe some of Kim's friends got in touch with him and gave him the thumb drive or even wanted to get the information out. Now, is this really, Kim's diary or in Kim's words? I don't think we'll know that anytime soon. It may be that Kim's friends knew of scenarios and incidents that occurred. And so whomever the person is that gave him this thumb drive, maybe they wanted to get the information out there. I mean, Diddy has been accused of so much. We know a lot of the things that have been written in this book. I mean, he's been accused of, and some of it, he's under indictment for stuff like this, right? And Cassie talks about it. I think the things that she talks about, most of it is not anything that we haven't heard before. His interactions at these parties, alleged interaction with young boys, underage boys, some of his clients and things like that. So it's not that far-fetched. It sounds like a lot of the things that are being reported are things that we may have heard, but maybe it's a little more salacious and we're getting a little bit more details in their personal relationship. And again, these are things that her friends, probably her closest friends, would probably be able to detail, right? So we have the fact that he's LA based, probably connected to some people in Los Angeles, Hollywood that would have some inside scoop into Kim and Diddy's relationship. I mean, Kim died in Los Angeles, and this person is based in LA. So, I mean, there's a whole little inner circle. He's a producer. He's done, he's done some investigative reporting on other big cases. I mentioned the O.J. Simpson case, but I think he talked about Natalie Wood, or he talked about quite a few. So, and I wasn't as interested in those, so I'm sorry, I don't remember. The other thing that makes me think that there could be some validity in not the fact that it's necessarily Kim's words, but that somebody gave this to him, is the fact that, I mean, he's done stuff on Biggie as well before. So again, he might be known to, report on cases and cold cases that kind of die out, that the media doesn't want people to talk about. But the other thing that kind of makes me think that there could be some validity to this book is the fact that because Diddy is currently under indictment, this man could be subpoenaed to provide the name of the person that gave him that thumb drive. So for him to publish a book like this, I mean, this is a high profile case. It's trending everywhere. The feds are watching everything, and they're having people come in, and people are having to give testimony about their relationships with Diddy. So the fact that he's detailing, and this book, I haven't read it yet, but from the things that I'm hearing online, it's talking about criminal behavior. He could very well be questioned and subpoenaed to provide the source that provided the thumb drive. So unless he's crazy, I mean, I wouldn't put my name on something like that, because that's a huge risk to falsify something like this and allege that it's in Kim's words. I don't know what the penalty will be for something like that, but I dang sure wouldn't want to do it. So with that being said, I get my book on Monday. Scandal Squad, we are going to go over that book and look at the details and see what we think. If we believe, we're going to go over that book with a fine-tooth comb, okay? Now, I also want to say there are a couple people that were allegedly close to Kim Porter that said, her friends, that said that Kim would never write a book like that about Diddy. I also believe that as well. I feel like over the years, because she has children with him, he, was financially supporting her, in her later years. And I think he always kept this power and control over her. I just don't see that, unless it was a diary that she was keeping, I just don't believe that she was necessarily writing a book to expose him, because what's the why? You've kept these secrets so many years. You have children by this man, and from what some of her friends say, she really loved Diddy, So, I mean, if she wrote the book, was she going to blackmail him like allegedly Cassie did when Cassie came out saying, I'm writing this book, you better give me my $30 million, which she got. And he should have paid her, because he wouldn't be in the situation he's in now. He played hardball with the wrong person and lost, right? So I don't know, like, a few of her friends have come forward and said that this is all hogwash. No way would Kim ever do something like that. So I don't know. I will read on Monday and make my own, assessment as to whether or not I think it's real or not. But, without knowing Kim and without being a personal friend of hers, we may never know. But I do know that he may have to answer to the feds about this. So Scandal Squad, jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.